Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be playing with this Cinderella Castle photo from Walt Disney World, and now I am working on our 2017 trip. I still have my Kill a Kit for the month. It's off to the side over here. So my plan is to use this photo, one of the new 6x12 stencils from Scrapping Reflections, some ink, some glitter glaze. I might bring in some stamping. I've got big plans. Not exactly sure how I'm going to make it happen, but the big plans are there. So let's see what I can do. All right, so I am just going to admit it. This layout came out nothing like I had pictured in my head, but that is okay because I love how it eventually turned out. So I am taking this 4.5 by 6.5 sheet of pattern paper, and I am going to add a little bit of unfun foam to it. Now this is unfun foam because it does not have sticky on either side. It's just, you know, sad and unfun. So there it is. I took my white tool and I did 2 layers, and I'm going to staple that right to the unfun foam. And this is going to do 2 things. It is going to keep my unfun foam stuck to my paper, and it's also going to keep my tool stuck down as well. Now, I was going to use my ATG. I decided, going to use the Nouveau Deluxe instead. So I went ahead and put that down and set that bad boy aside to dry. So now I am going to be inking some white ink on through the stencil. Now, as you can see, I really didn't even try to use my sponge dauber, and that's just because I knew it was going to take forever to get the level of white that I wanted through here. Now, I thought I was completely happy with how dark my white ink through this stencil was. So this is a Brutus Monroe ink pad. It is, let me grab it so I can tell you the right thing. It is an opaque pigment ink pad in alabaster, okay? And it is a great, it's great, okay? I love the white, but I want it more, right? Like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I want more. So I decide to grab my heat tool and grab the alabaster embossing powder, also from Brutus Monroe, and I'm going to make this even whiter. Now, I probably didn't even need to do this step with what I end up doing, but that's okay. Like, I love it. Okay, you can even see how much more white it is with just the embossing powder on it without it being heated. So now I'm going to turn on my heat tool, and we're just going to let that run for a few seconds, and then I'm going to start the embossing. And it is the magic time, guys. You guys know that embossing is simply magical, and I don't feel like it's pooling. It's not showing that great. Oh, how sad. It's not showing that great on video. I'm sorry. This is one of my favorite things. I love to watch embossing videos. So I have a couple of card makers that I watch, and when they do embossing videos, it makes me so happy. What makes me like miserable is when they cut out the embossing and I can't see the magic happen. But now, you know, the embossing is going on and you really can't see the magic happening. So that makes me sad as well. But anyway, the white here is darker, and that's what I wanted. So I wanted this more of a kind of like more solid whiteness to it. So I try out my photo in a place where I think it's going to go. However, the tool seems a little bit thick, so I trim that down, and I go ahead and just toss those extra little bits. I'm sure I could figure out something to do with them. I'm sure you could figure out something to do with them, but I don't need those little stray bits of tool floating around my craft room, making an even bigger mess. Don't need that in my life. So I've got this down here, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to do a little bit of sparkle. I need some Shiny Shimmering Splendid down here. So I don't know what I was thinking, but when I was putting this down here, my original thought was, oh yeah, the sparkle's just going to be right here on these black areas. Duh, Sandy, you didn't mask it off. If I would have masked it off, then you wouldn't have like seen the glitter glaze here on top of the white embossing areas. But since I was a doofus and completely forgot to mask it off, and only thing I would have done was trace this stencil and put it over top of it, over top of the white embossed areas, and then the silver glitter glaze you just would have seen on the edges. But like I said, didn't even cross my mind, didn't even think about it. So I just put it over on top of everything. And I do have to say, I really like how the glitter glaze lays on top of the white embossed area. And since I still had a little ink on my, you saw how much ink was still on that stencil. Since I still had a little ink on that stencil, the silver kind of toned down its shine a little bit. So it was a little bit more of a matte glitter glaze, and that worked out great. I love the way it looks right now. Now, truth be told, guys, this stuff ain't dry. I didn't heat dry it. I didn't pause and wait. I am working on my layout, and it's still wet. I figured I really wasn't going to add a whole heck of a lot on top of the wet areas, so I could just figure that out. So I'm grabbing the Echo Park sticker book, and this sticker book is a beautiful, beautiful sticker book. I do have to say I love it. Now, if you didn't want a full set of sticker book stickers, like there's 2 full sets of each sticker, so it repeats. It could be something that you pick up and split with a friend. Now, me, with the amount of Disney photos that I have no desire to split this with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it all for myself. So I love it. So I'm trying out different things because I feel like I need something horizontally across the page. I have this big vertical element, but I need something a little bit horizontal. So I'm just going to put this striped sticker down, and I'm trying out different things. I don't know exactly which direction I want to take this in yet. All I know is I've got this big decorative element, and I have to kind of incorporate it into the page just a little bit more. Right now, it's just a bunch of wavy, sparkly goodness, and I love the wavy, sparkly goodness, but I need it to feel cohesive. So I decided to kind of, instead of, wow, okay, get one thought out before you start another one, Sandy. So this stencil that I have here is called Wavy Days, and I was thinking of it more as a water stencil, right? Or, since it's a thicker stencil to stamp in it or draw in it and all kinds of things. But for some reason, right now it's a fireworks stencil. So I'm going to pop up these fireworks stencils all around the Wavy Days, not fireworks stencils, fireworks stickers all around the Wavy Days stencil. And to me, it kind of changes the feel of it to more of a fireworky type thing, as opposed to a watery type thing. Now, it might not have transformed for you when I put up the fireworks stencils. It might still seem very liquidy and watery to you. And if it does, that's okay. Like, it doesn't bother me. I love how the layout turned out, and that's what matters. So it doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter how someone else looks at your layouts. It matters if you like them. If you're enjoying the process, if you're enjoying the products, if you're enjoying the photos, if you're enjoying the memories, if you're enjoying the moments, then that's all that matters. And if you look at this and say, woo, girl, that is watery, I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care because I like it. Now, if I needed an opinion and I was like, oh, I'm not sure, it kind of reads watery, it kind of reads like this, I'm just not sure, and I asked, and you gave me an opinion I didn't like, well, then that's my own fault because I opened myself up to it, right? If you ask for an opinion, be prepared to receive that opinion. So I have these baby boy stickers, and my kids are definitely not babies anymore. I mean, heck, guys, I'm going to be an empty nester here in a couple months. But I did decide to add in the word dream and add in the word night. I am going to look for some little letter stickers, and I changed this to We Dream at Night. And it's just because it's 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 a title based on a feeling. And you guys know I'm all about my feelings and my scrapbooking. So when we are at Walt Disney World and we're standing there and we're watching the fireworks show and we're watching the castle show and we're just there and it's nighttime and everything seems even more magical because of the lights and the sparkle and the glitz and the glam, then you know what? Then like dreams are happening. Like dreams are in your heart, dreams are in your head. Like the magicalness of the place is just there, and it makes sense to me. So that is where I am going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for listening to me ramble about my emotional scrapbooking, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.